Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always guys, welcome back and I do appreciate the support. Now we've seen this attack that happened out there in New Orleans. You know, may everybody rest in peace that was affected by that, and prayers and condolences do go out to the survivors and their families in this time of tragedy. But there also was another supposedly attack out there that I reported on yesterday in Las Vegas, Nevada, at Trump Tower Casino. Now, it's just weird to me that for some odd reason, they blast Shamsud Jabbar all over the internet for his role in the attack. But for some odd reason, the other guy, they talking about, oh, we're not giving his name right now. We're not this, we're not that. Stop it. Stop it. I don't know why they're not saying nothing. In fact, I got an idea why, and I'll tell you in this one. But anyway, let's jump to the chase. We're talking about the Trump Tower attack. Was it a terrorist act, an act of terror? Yes, in my opinion. Because I'm going to show you something. They're not naming this guy and stuff, but it done leaked out. This is the guy right here that they're saying did it. Matthew Levelsberger, age unknown. This guy's from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy drove 12 hours, over 800 miles from Colorado Springs to Las Vegas, right? And supposedly he rented the car, his cyber truck, from the same rental company as Mr. Jabbar, Turo, right? Now, Turo been out for a few years, and people like it. It's a good app where you can rent cars and stuff and all this other stuff. But listen, let me show you the new information that they got out about the situation of why the bomb didn't go off and all this other stuff. Listen, I think these series of attacks had a play to where I think it was trying to almost have it to where it was a diversion to where they thought it would like start a war or something. And it's just my opinion. Are both of these linked? I think so, and I'll explain that too. Let's just jump into these videos, man.
Tonight, one person is dead and 7 others injured after a 2024 Cybertruck exploded in front of the Trump Hotel on Las Vegas Boulevard. A surveillance camera on property capturing the moment the truck blew up, leaving behind a plume of smoke and debris near the hotel's entrance.
We're looking directly into Trump Tower from our room, and then I saw there was a second explosion. So I heard one and then saw the other one actually happen, and it was like fireworks were shooting off.
Investigators confirmed a body was found inside the Cybertruck. Authorities are still working to identify them.
We do know who rented the truck. We are looking at that individual, but I am not prepared to release the name of any of the individuals that we are looking at.
Following that, our second objective is to determine whether this was an act of terrorism or not.
Also found in the explosion's aftermath, fireworks and gas canisters in the truck's bed, raising even more concerns about the cause. Las Vegas Sheriff Kevin McMahill said the Cybertruck's structure may have limited the damage to the hotel, with most of the blast directed upwards. The Cybertruck, rented through the car-sharing service Turo, arrived in Las Vegas just hours before the explosion. Surveillance footage shows the truck passing by the hotel around 7:30 a.m. before circling back and stopping just moments before the blast.
Car blew up. Like I stepped back for a little bit. I'm like, oh, it's just a lot of fireworks. Maybe I'll be able to get out of there. And then there was enough fireworks that the car blew up, and it was just flaming and couple people crying.
Eric Trump, executive vice president of the Trump Organization, expressed gratitude to first responders and reassured the public of the hotel's commitment to safety. Meantime, Sheriff McMahill stressed there's no ongoing threat to the public, but emphasized authorities are keeping a close eye on what happened, especially in light of the violent attack in New Orleans.
Do I think it's a coincidence? I don't know, but what I can tell you is we're absolutely investigating any connectivity to what happened in New Orleans, as well as other attacks that have been occurring around the world. We're not ruling anything out yet.
New this morning, investigators say a man with ties to Colorado Springs was behind the wheel when that Tesla Cybertruck exploded outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Matthew Livelsberger was killed in that blast. 7 other people were hurt. Overnight, federal investigators were searching a home in the Springs tied to the suspect.
We are also learning about connections between Livelsberger and the man accused of driving down Bourbon Street in New Orleans, purposely hitting people and firing shots into the crowd. Both men were Army veterans, and sources tell Denver 7 investigates that both men served at the same military base at some point.
This morning, we have team coverage starting with Natalie Chuck in Colorado Springs. And Natalie, both men also rented trucks from the attacks from the service called Turo.
That's right. Good morning, Nicole and Anusha. Right now, we are coming off of a pretty uneventful evening here at what is believed to be the apartment complex belonging to that driver of the Cybertruck that exploded in Las Vegas. But now we are seeing some activity. We were all just asked to leave the area and move down the hill a couple of blocks. You can see law enforcement behind me actively blocking off Autumn Knoll Drive right behind us. A couple of blocks up and to the left is where that complex is that they are looking at. Originally, law enforcement just had a single set of units blocked off, but now, as you can see, it is that whole entire neighborhood. People are beginning to wake up as the sun starts to come up, people walking their dogs, and this is what they are waking up to on the second day of 2025. I want to give you a look at the footage from around 9 o'clock last night when law enforcement started creating a perimeter right here. The apartment in question, sources confirmed they believe belongs to that man, that driver of the Cybertruck, and that is what investigators are honing in on here. We do not know or believe right now that investigators have actively gone in and searched that unit yet, but they have been monitoring this area all night long. We know that local and federal law enforcement agencies have boots on the ground here. A Colorado Springs police officer was just speaking with us earlier, originally saying we were going to have to leave the area at 7 o'clock. But as you can see, they had us do that a bit early. We also know that FBI and ATF agents were seen here last night, along with armored vehicles at the local police station that is just a few minutes away. Now, I want to give you a look at how far that Cybertruck traveled. One possible route from the address here in Colorado Springs to the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas can be seen on your screen. That's more than 800 miles. It's about a 12-hour drive. I did speak with a neighbor here who says she never noticed a Cybertruck in the area. She says it's something that typically would stick out. And again, like you mentioned earlier, those trucks, both this truck, this Cybertruck, and the truck involved in the New Orleans attack are believed to have been rented from an app called Turo that is used to rent out personal cars. Turo issuing a statement last night saying nothing was flagged on either of the suspects' accounts when they rented these cars that would cause them to question any sort of security threat. But of course, we are hoping to learn more about all of that today. We are expecting an update from law enforcement at some point today here in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
But for now, live in Colorado Springs, I'm Natalie Chuck, Denver 7.
All right, Natalie, thank you. Yeah, very interesting, the connections between them and whether that turns out to be a coincidence or something coordinated. We still have a lot of questions.
All right, guys, they're reluctant to say if these two things, these two acts of terror are connected. I believe they are. And I'm going to be honest with you. A couple of things, you look at it, you're like, they're similar. I can see that happening. May not be a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? But they both went to the same Army base. A little bit about this guy. This guy was a Special Forces Green Beret, right? Colorado Springs, Colorado is where he was at, where he lived. 12 hours, 800 miles, like the story said. Now, during that time, he got there 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time he had got there, he had already been on the road for some time after the New Orleans attack had happened. You cannot tell me, I'm more than sure that the reason why they're not bringing this guy up is this guy, Shamsud bin Jabbar, probably had conversations with him before he went and did that. Because remember, they both were driving at one time on the road at the same time. And they trying to investigate this whole situation. Now, they know that this is leaked, that this guy is the guy that did it. But until they come out of their mouth and say it, they're not trying to cause any type of uproar and panic in the public. And what I mean by that is, say people that know him, that's connected to him, they're watching the news. As long as they don't show his face or say his face and get them time to go up there and investigate what they need to investigate and get all these people together. I don't know if this guy is still active duty or not. I don't know. They haven't said anything about that. But if you looked on some of the profiles about him, he lives in the area. You know, I don't know if he's in the reserves or what. And they thinking it might be a connection with him and other veterans that may have had something to do with that, if any at all. That's why I think they're not showing his face and stuff right now, because they try to act. Sometimes when people do commit crimes, they'll try to play coy. Law enforcement people play coy, and they'll say certain things and certain things they won't say, to where they don't want people to get wise that they on to them and have them stay put where they are until they do their investigation and then run up on these people and grab them. But I'm gonna tell you something. This guy right here had fireworks in the back of the car with camping gas and gasoline, I guess just to try to make a big explosion. They said the car started smoking after it went up there. That made me think that he lit a fuse in the car, because they said, oh, we can't tell how the fireworks wind up going off. They said the smoke was coming from inside the car. I think he lit a short fuse, timed it, you know what I'm saying? And then drove up in there right at the point of it catching, and then blew up. He had a fuse. Fuses burn up anyway. They probably not going to be able to find that. But for him to be special forces and have a bunch of gas in the back and fireworks, I think the fireworks was part of the pageantry to have it, when it blow up, a bunch of fireworks go off. That's like douchebag shit. He thought was banking on the gasoline just going off and causing a big explosion, but I think this backfired. Now, I think his target that he chose was his target. I think they both specifically chose a target. He chose that. I guess he got an issue with Trump and Elon Musk. He'll drive the Cybertruck up there and blow up Trump's thing, because, you know, Elon Musk got a position in Trump's cabinet or now, whatever it is. A lot of people are upset about that. Might have been his MO of why he did that, to have it ironic that a Trump establishment got blown up by a Tesla truck, and then they had fireworks there to celebrate the dumb shit he was doing. That's my opinion. For him to be special forces, them explosive and all that stuff, I know he didn't think that was going to do anything. Then another thing, all I think this did was make people say, oh, we hope Trump come in here and fix everything, because all this stuff, and all it does is increase Trump to have some power, in my opinion, to make drastic changes in this planet that a lot of people are not going to like, because they're going to say, hey, look at this, look at that, look what they're doing. This is why we got to do. I'm telling you, something's coming. And a lot of people are aiding and abetting in their own destruction. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that's going to happen, I think, honestly, sales of Tesla trucks is going up. That thing survived an explosion and blew the thing up. The tires didn't even get flat, y'all. It was on fire. It's no structural damage besides soot and burn marks on the exterior body of the car, and it survived an explosion. You know, all kind of people going to be wanting to buy one of them now. Man, I think this whole thing backfired. This guy's dead. The other dumbass out there is dead. Both of them idiots. Didn't prove nothing. Took themselves out of here. This guy right here in New Orleans, Jabbar, killed a lot of people. That's going to get the most press. But for some odd reason, they're not showing this guy's face, and all didn't want to show his face and really get into that. Yeah, that's the bigger story, but this is big as well, because 7 people got hurt too, and they should matter as well for somebody doing a terrorist act. Are they linked? I personally believe they're linked. In the comment section, tell me why you think they're linked. I know I left some stuff out, but this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, it is. And then you went from serving the country, both of y'all, as veterans. I don't even know if this guy's still in there or not. Just hear me out. You went from serving the country and fighting against terrorists to turning into terrorists. Get the fuck out of here. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. For some odd reason, everybody has gripes now against the country, but they take advantage of what it has to offer. You know what I'm saying? Is America the greatest place on the planet? I don't know. But I do know it offers a lot of freedoms, and a lot of times things you can change. If you self-reflect, you can change your scenario and your surroundings. That's the thing. You got a lot of freedoms here. One of the freedoms is to change self and recreate yourself. A lot of people don't do that, and they put their blame on others, and shit like this happens. See you in the next video. Take care. Yeah, one more thing I wanted to add. Now, I'm out here in Houston where this guy is at. He had an ISIS flag on the back of his truck. We talking about the Jabbar guy that went to New Orleans. ISIS flag. He had it wrapped up in a jacket with ties around it where the flag wasn't waving. Then he also said he had a flag in his car, on his, I guess, on his person. He never showed the flag at any given time, according to reports. But see, when it had that ISIS thing attached to it, and it shows this guy right here, that's big news because of the whole thing with, you know, the terrorist connection with the flag. Because you gotta remember, that flag had a lot of people in fear, right? This guy, they didn't say had anything. He just went up there with fireworks and gas and tried to blow the shit up. But my think that, honestly, the reason why I brought this back up is I think that with him having a flag and all of that type of stuff, they was using that as a diversion to, you know, oh, it was ISIS, it was, so they could be caught up with that. You know what I'm saying? Rather than focusing on this guy, because if you pay attention, he has no, they're saying he has no confirmed ties. Media, they said, nah, this ain't no terrorist thing like from another country and all this other stuff. They downplayed it immediately from their intelligence. And looking at this guy right here, just felt as though he wanted to have a cause, and he used that flag to do it. And that's why I think that's bigger news. But I'm gonna tell you something, every time you see these people do some crazy stuff, terroristic stuff where they hurt a lot of people, a lot of time mass shootings and stuff like this, and they come under this badge of something, they always have to have an agenda to throw people off or say this is the motive of why I did this. I struck a blow for this faction or that faction. It's all dumb shit to me. Thanks for listening.